gold monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward a silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippine kings of Revachol." Not a good track record of mental health in that family. What did he do? You have no idea what he... High above you, a silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer." Not a good track record of mental... A silver plaque, not a good... The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on it's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your... No response. Wherever this woman is, nothing. Her smile.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more...
Where am I? Who are you?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s. The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make back in Mecca during the time of the revolution? The side walls and cafes are until you came along, that is. I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Lawman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution. In Meth, it was a golden age. Someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you. This man's got a hold over her, even...
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever... Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Diamonds? Of course not. But whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. Then it's contraband, Lawman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo. Of course not. To truly understand the boyadero, you need to live. It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out, so the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the magret. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him. You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can be...
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff? Please? I think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are not Gabriel.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there...
Moreover, the boots were size 37. Tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this.
It was. And then it was no more. And I was no longer holding my father's hand. He was no longer descending the stairs in Ryle. The crowd had gone silent. Perhaps it was another Herife who came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions.
As she says Carnival, she gestures to the empty square with the statue and the machines.
I could have told you that from just looking at them.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest.
If you don't know, why would I want to do that? Lowman, what in the name of God are you talking about? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grat, Lowman? No, Lowman, diamonds. Easy. Is the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. Or I can just relax and let my...
I think we're done here, no? She's just a distracted old woman.
So he doesn't think she's a smuggler.
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Nothing. I just don't...
He's worried, but not for her. For you. What is it?
Oh, don't worry about me. Lomonosov's Land, Udajnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain, the Transcatolia Magistral, U41A, Adestradas du Mirador, all the good ones, the deep trenches, where the bluebirds fly. Irmao, I already... Yes, go. Enough.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the
Right to work!
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed. We have families to feed, you piece.
So do we, Scab.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You're trying to meet their fat boss. I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interest.
What are you talking about?
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
Why not? I see numerous reasons not to pick a side in this pity.
Let us work!
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for poor. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who...
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your...
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No, they follow the rules.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this.
What's it to you? Big mess, caused by Union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about board. We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. If the main gate's locked, it would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer, or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategic... I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. Like civilized folk, you mean? These...
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least...
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk.
Scab? A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time. I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me.
Should we? He's nice. I don't like. He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can run rest. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. I walk right past. Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
The man whispers a jaunty tune.
You know, serious business. I'm sure that.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss.
Body betrays your
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his...
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysique? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, I'm Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me. What is this androgynous display of sex?
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself. This display of weakness may appeal to all.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Yes, Al-Ghul. Al-Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison. Correct, my small skull servant. No, you don't. You need to get another drink.
Show him the hand still got it.
Willingly calling yourself a am sandwich. How far you gave the world eugenics, electricité. You dominated lesser cultures. Like the you will be.
It is, baby.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. This man is not budging. He will be Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor. Enough with this begging. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the don't be vulgar. White or not has got lit.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? Rock and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the... I can see that. The Simonese are the South Island race. Haplogroup A4A. The rightful masters, we are the future. That I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulum. No. I have heard about.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. And
He does not so much as glance at the object.
stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
I don't think anything about you.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should. I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. If the hardy manlets are on the pay of the company, now leave me be. I must luxuriate.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation.
Right to work! Right to... Not before you get in there and get your ass whooped.
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCN.
Silence. The air, but your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You do make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his rest.
Whatever you say, office.
You could ask him to show you the soles of his boots. He definitely looks like someone capable of a lynching. Maybe
It's about biological determinism. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? The science of racial people who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge.
Oh?
Don't push your luck. Run. Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Oh man, God man. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are apples. Yeah, apple.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Been admiring the stomper?
On the bottom of the man's boots, you see an intricate tangle.
It's Revachol. You'll see when the time comes, officer. True.
Technically, you're stomping on Reva.
I know you people don't understand poetry. Drugs? They're shit, man. You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Or sometimes I like a dram of Dai. Not in, not out.
So you're telling us that you don't know anything?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little...
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the wheeling, and since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. It's a fucking travesty, is what it is. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Just follow the smell. It smells like April.
Yes, yes.
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit south of here. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what's...
Guess so.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display. The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle.
No. You need tear to use the...
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various...
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed.
A colourful display of... There, in that dark green glass. All in vain.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to...
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale. Yeah, they're kind of boring, but, you know. Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe.
She scrunches up her face into...
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay? I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's not really. No. I didn't know him at all.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask.
Okay. I don't know, really. Uh-huh. Is this about the question?
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft...
You keep coming back.
The speakers below. You see a Samaran street vendor. Surround the name Sileng.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool. Everything's. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, yes. You got style. You like premium menswear.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions. No need to dress.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe?
Sorry, detective. Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? Very cool. Drugs? I don't go in for that. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person. That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But, I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. Who said that? It's the fat racist, right?
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder. Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole. No! That's insane. It's the fat hater. He's nothing. I don't...
And what...
Crowd, you know.
He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid.
Look, there's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I've spent 15 years working my way up. It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. I don't know. Maybe. If she is,
It could be. She was straight.
all of them. I don't know.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't know. All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
No need to dress.
Oh, okay.
Are you trying to ask for...
Sorry, detective.
A rusting this panel usually
You're back. Good. What word has travelled, yes, but nothing of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. Wild Pines has...
It appears we are being monitored every step we take, colleague. Did we have any other business here?
She continues to be here. All due to you being a coward and not shooting her.
Hello again, sir. Hello again, sir.
You failed to deduce. She waits intently.
It's okay.
You disappointed a small child. Well done, champ.
Hello again, sir.
The girl keeps her hands folded.
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going. She looks around, and the lieutenant stands by, a facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the... She brings out her reddened hands. Her nails...
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not.
I sure hope you are, sir.
There she stands, swaying on her feet.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time.
You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, apologising to everyone. I don't really... Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. Yeah, I can see.
Party eyes. Yes, of course.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a...
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she... Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. God, I've told her not to do that.
Part of hers, too, clearly.
She can, if she has enough willpower.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality. One where they are wrong.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her there. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
Oh, well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely.
My husband is completely different, of course.
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter, it's a proper place to live. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get... He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner. She's been too busy helping me here, so she studied at home. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children, I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer.
A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs.
These shelves are overburdened with books. Crime fiction is a disgrace. These books greatly overstate the excitement. What's more, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the... You see, Dick Mullen on the job. Get me... A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. Oh no. Turns out he faked to solve a case. Yes, there's also tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Come on, this is not the way real police...
Come on, Chester. Tell the story.
Again? Man, I tell that one...
The fuck it is. And these...
Gosh, why?
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester?
Yeah, sure came close.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who... Your quick eye note... A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere. Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover? Yes, it is. The bulge in your pant. Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this means your blood...
Something the matter, detective?
The lieutenant narrowed.
I would certainly say she fits the description, providing that's your type.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo. The plaque on the shelf reads, a heavy door with a missing handle stands before.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter.
Math. It's really difficult. Like, oh, I found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does. Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there. Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. Right, I have to get back to my homework now.
Does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't.
The man before you.
I've got nothing to say to you.
This is where you say your bid.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you, maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Oh, this is about him.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Easy, boys. These janitors have a...
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first. Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chance starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man in his 30s, sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Side across at the other table. Hobnail and then standard working boot. Steel ring. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size on his neck. Forget it. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41, with the light step. Not in the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim out. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds.
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy. Or what? You want to be the...
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she.
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy. You're not cops here. Don't go...
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about...
The pretty boy. You guys
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt? Like we use in the... Because we took it from the harbor where we work. We did this together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a...
No, you don't. What you have is 7 honest men who thought it forthcoming to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive. And he stepped out alive.
What kind of
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it. But I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Somalia. Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's a slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got around. Aren't you fucking listening?
No. You're not getting the name. That's a
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment.
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my...
It's true. She was the only thing holding him back.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. What you can do right now is go back.
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
You don't have to keep answering his...
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a...
Known him? We don't associate with scum like...
Yeah!
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow...
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last question.
We hanged him up by his...
Didn't they teach...
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2...
Can you give us a few more details? Did you muffle him? We haven't...
Titus.
We overpowered him. Dragged his unconscious body to the tree. Put a noose around his neck. And hanged him till he was...
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar!
Titus lets the others clear out the details, so he doesn't get his hands muddy with explaining too much.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think?
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Like what, Copper? Yeah, lawman.
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert.
Not in the arresting mood.
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
Look, coppers, I know you think you're doing your job here.
The bore's the size of your eye. I can almost see the stars. The last thing you hear is a little murmur. Not a blast, not an echo. No one screams. It's more dead cops. Sad news from the district of Martinez.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you... Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for...
Because you know each other. She's...
Yes, you've been running around. Of course, you stopped by a few... Yeah.
Party eyes.
I'm not...
You know.
The swivel... Fuck yeah. You should get some pop... Oh, baby.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to God.
Part of hers, too.
She can.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about...
She's dead. This.
Oh, there. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her...
Oh.
My husband is completely different.
Yes, it's a proper place. Most of the build, he made the initial invest. Yes, I'm afraid so. We're quite... I'm sorry. I'm sure you do. She's been... I assure you,
The woman looks aloof.
Yes?
I'm sorry.
You're just out of the rain.
Math. Oh, I thought this would fit you. Like, just what Dick Muller... Maybe. Right.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He...
Oh.
You sure
Oh, he was a...
time to go to...
You might...
These guys do a head count first. Connect these, starting sitting across, and then the M in the far on his. Let's call the size for in the. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the exact.
The fuck is with you, fella? What do you... Or...
Actually, boss...
This
Shut the fuck...
So let me get this...
That's right. You're not...
Good.
There's no point in pushing it further.
The pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
That is...
The lieutenant waits for your reply, patiently. His foot taps on...
Well, well. Fortune teller. You might be on to something.
There was a speck of truth in there for him. You
We had something else.
We had to have something. His foot tapping has become less patient now.
You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore... Yeah. We did this.
No, you don't. What you have is 7 honest men who thought it forthcoming to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
How many people? Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
But you see, a law...
Are you deaf? Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Who do you fucking think does?
Titus, no one was thinking.
No. 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 Fuck no! The big dick is...
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all. You don't have to keep...
I know, Lizzie. Relax.
No. Yeah.
Quiet.
By the pines.
No. Why don't you ask her about the pretty...
That's enough insinuation for today.
Why? 'Cause he would end.
What kind of...
The kind that...
A live grenade.
This one has
I can't prove it, but I know. Wrong?
There's slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all.
Yeah. He said it was his favorite joint.
He grabbed some...
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful... Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking...
Yeah. Me and Eugene got her.
No. You're not getting the name.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one...
Titus.
Fuck off, Carl.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone...
What you need.
As you can see...
It's true. She was the...
We...
Didn't they take...
You're pretty...
Can you give us a...
Titus.
We overpowered.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Actually, well, this one...
With no...
No, he hasn't. Not...
What?
Titus lets the others clear out the details.
Like what, Copper? Yeah,
It's almost...
Not in the...
By your side. The lieutenant... Easy. Walk...
Wise move. You made...
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first degree.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us.
Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be any...
Even Ahmad? Glenn.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International. The cold look in her eyes speaks louder.
Oh, hello, dear. Oh, yes.
It's
That's...
My apologies, ma'am.
It's not a hobby, dear. Searching for...
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. There's really no...
Oh, I'd be...
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
He nods and... Ooh, tough choice there.
That would be the giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts. No one knows for sure. It is like an awful... The towering luminosity of Kokonur.
Hui. No animal.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species, there are limits.
Great. This is great. Gravity anomaly. Digging it.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
The lieutenant pauses. Something in him breaks.
Ah, fuck it. Let's have more cryptids.
Well, none of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even... It was, reportedly, a couple of campers. It still took the gnome of Jeroma.
If the body of the creature was found...
Alas, the first scientists who... Instead, a cryobacter... Yes, a... Michanu disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria. Everything has a... After Michanu, we can assume that she has been living somewhat in...
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them. Okay, I won't spoil your fun.
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua. It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. They tried...
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing.
No, dear.
Great regret washes over her.
After that...
Of course.
I'm glad you did, dear. What about what? Of course, dear.
You know...
Of course, officers.
Can I help you?
Was that? Could it be? The Col de Mama d'Aqua? No, it's probably... There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. There it is again. You're about to rediscover. It must be very close. Maybe. Just maybe. Oh no. The sound. No. Too late. It's gone. Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're The woman is still hunched over the railing, her head swaying to the music, her eyes...
Huh? What is it? What do you want? Did you just call me a lady?
She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it. The woman's malevolent.
I'm a lady like you are Gabriel Buenguerro. Only in dreams. I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me. How should I know? Do I look like I spent a lot? Because they can no longer recognize the person I want. Oh, Sim.
Something in her is pulling towards some unknown rest state. She twitches, like a... lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia, not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is.
Right to work!
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a... You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100...
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the...
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
More lessons in basic reality. Glad to have been of what we do. I'm afraid I...
She nods.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? This door has been closed with a padlock. This door has been closed with a padlock. This door has been closed. The shackle snaps like a...
After you did.
plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Trying to sneak up on me again?
The shine on these sunglasses
These are
all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material.
no luck.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you.
I hope not.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get...
Make way for the master poet. Make way for the master I don't want to talk about that. Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is. I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping...
He still is. Hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery.
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay? A youngish woman.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Died.
Then she may have dyed it again.
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her.
I don't believe you. I just can't, man. I'm not naive. She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her. It's snitching, man. I know what it is. I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me too. That
did this violent life?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked the way it worked. The trouble it was giving her. Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are...
He's right. There are other options. Push Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
You're not gonna put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you?
Imagine it, an explosion of stars. Goodbye world of men, money, and machines.
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill for your own. Remember, you're doing it for the bigger investigation. This is important.
Here. Mallory's still here, down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's
When did she leave?
last Friday. She left them to me because she trusted me. So
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside. Something incriminating.
I bet you are.
And he's sorry he couldn't be what he wants to be. A good person. His last line, his revenge.
Nah, I need to think my own thoughts now.
And intricate, the pattern still. This screen found, A to Z, contemporaire, is...
This is the one our man pointed to.
The glass on the side, it feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. The door is locked. The handle looks... You push the key into the lock and turn. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old... These are movie posters featuring starlets from Longford. One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even. The actresses, it looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least. For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of it. Doesn't look like it.
The smell of... You wedge yourself under the steering wheel. But one odd detail. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique? Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation? We should talk with Titus, see what he's got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
The movie stars are still... A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's an issue of Petty Ferry. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio...
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UK...
The pull-out toolkit slide. You close the rust...
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce? Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep. Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite...
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade. Yes, well...
Unimportant?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest there are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation. Sometime later, when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that. The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madre group... All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either. Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, debrief over. Yes? Yes?
Because you're the best qualified. No, that if you're so well qualified, why can't...
Yes?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up
I've considered it. I don't think I can say one way or another. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, through Policies Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this... So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke.
He's right. There are no airtight theories.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Like hell you have. There is no...
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned... The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the foot...
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade, because it's all controlled by you.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do,
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you...
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course. Boo fucking who. People will always be taking drugs.
Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about.
Theoretically, of course.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene.
My answer is... fuck off.
Finally, you got something out of him.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
I know! Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat he left 2...
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
Again. About fucking time.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Until you come up with something at that end...
She simply nods.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? It doesn't really matter, and I do apologize for the surveillance. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there...
The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your... I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands. Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a...
Since you are sharing, man, this is also the RCM's work.
Then we're on the same page. As I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also...
So, what...
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to... He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of...
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. It was the Union who strung him from that tree. My hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before Crenel indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify...
They would have to project strength.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually, as I said, a bloodbath. Too many things have already gone wrong. All we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation. Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good.
Down a deep.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, and...
Meaning they're used to operate.
Yes. All the good conflict, sadly. No. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I...
Do you know a lot about the inner work?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the... I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit. If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman.
What would you say was his icon?
She closes her eyes.
I can't remember.
That's all right, man.
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had...
What else? Nationality?
He was, Occidental, I think. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly...
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
Did you miss the part about Sierra?
That is a bad idea. One I won't be a party to.
This is so embarrassing. You have no idea. There's something wrong with your brain.
Ma'am, with all due respect, I've been around Martinez and there's a giant hulk of a man in ill-fitting clothes at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work. He's...
Not a terribly good actor, that one. Still.
And the other one, the Pole, must be in one of the 4-story buildings overlooking the roundabout. She was reporting back to you while we were canvassing the lorry drivers.
That would afford a good vantage point. Still, I hope you heed my advice. There's until the executions start. Truthfully,
they don't report their progress to...
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal...
5 days, not more.
It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is any... Of course. Excuse my hesitation before...
For about half a minute.
It was taken with a Trigat not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were...
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read... I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, and close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels. Quite a few. Vredefort.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first to Semines Island, Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart.
The old world past.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports.
Somewhere in an office lit by a single green desk lamp. Captain Ptolemaeus Price, 58, bald, in Martinez, looking into Krenel. He writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of...
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad.
Where is he now?
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. His platoon members? The other contractors? Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend. Do what you have to do, detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find...
We will be careful, ma'am.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Actual art degree. Trite, contrived, mediocre, milk toast. The worn and beaten.
We can sit on...
You can revisit the bench if you...
Hello again. How can I help you? I doubt it, but I can try. I do my best to keep my distance from all the corpse behind the hostel, I assume. Ask around the harbour.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dump.
The Coldima Madakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter. What an interesting development. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided that, cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Coldima Madakwa. And he was one. We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns. Compare. Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all.
Do we really have time for this?
This recording comes from down the coast. What keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside you. Not good, not good. You're about. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as he nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sound.
Gulls and skewers. But
a low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point. But
you know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Coldima Madakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong. Sure thing. My apologies.
A needle in a haystack. There.
Sure, man. Sure, let me have a look. Oh, no. A photic path? Counter Radiance Network. Anything else you're thinking of selling? I'm not purged, and especially...
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparkle in the light of the projector!
Another time, perhaps.
Looking for something?
Right to work! Right